Before the 2020 Cup Series season, Jimmie Johnson announced that his 19th season would be his last. After amassing 83 wins, including a pair of Daytona 500s, and more impressively, earning a record-tying 7 championships that included one of the most dominant stretches in NASCAR history when he won 5 in a row, it was time to move on from the sport where he had made his name. Ironically, the man who some like Dale Earnhardt Jr. said never received the appropriate appreciation during his career, exited NASCAR the same way. A worldwide pandemic and empty stands for a large part of the season prevented the champion from receiving the proper recognition he so richly deserved. As we all know, he didn't retire from racing, just NASCAR. Or did he? Last year, he partnered up with Chip Ganassi Racing and raced a part-time schedule with the IndyCar Series on road and street courses. During his first year, he encountered the typical rookie struggles, trying to understand the car and how it handled on the track. He managed 5 top 20 finishes in his 12-race schedule, but more importantly showed steady improvement at the end of the season, earning 4 of those finishes in the final 4 races. In addition to IndyCar, he also raced in 4 events with the WeatherTech Sportscar Championship, including a second-place finish at the 24 Hours of Daytona. Johnson's schedule will be even busier this year, racing full-time in both series. During an interview with The Athletic's Jeff Gluck, Johnson reviewed his first year in IndyCar, which he gave himself a C, and why he expects to improve on that performance in 2022. At one point during the conversation, the reporter asked the driver about possibly exploring other racing opportunities and whether or not NASCAR was in his rearview mirror or if he'd consider returning at some point in the future, even for a one-off. "No, I'm open to it. I'd love to go back," Johnson admitted. "But with this full-time IndyCar, full-time endurance sports car schedule, I just don't see how." Last year, Johnson was asked a similar question by another reporter. He offered a similar response and never returned to racing in NASCAR. And that was while he was racing a much lighter schedule. In other words, it's unlikely to happen in 2022. But if somehow it does come to fruition, you can be sure plenty of NASCAR fans will show up en masse and be more than willing to give him the proper send-off that he never received.